Franny'sQuantrelle. This is a continuation of the previous videos we have done on how to cut a straight cut padded peplum blouse. I have cut the front. I've done the same thing to the back. Now I want to show you how you're going to cut the sleeve and attach it to the front and the back. When I'm done with that, I'll pick up another paper and show you how you can cut out your peplum flare. Please don't go away. As you can see, I have my paper unfold into 4. This is 1 and this is 2. Same thing you will do to your fabric. I have it unfold into 4 places because I'm cutting the 2 sleeves at the same time. But if I want to cut only one sleeve, I will have it unfold only once. That's two pieces, 1 and 2. But because I want to cut the 2 sleeves at the same time, I have it unfold into 4. Now, what is the first step we take? The first step we take is to measure the armhole which we have cut out of the front piece. When I say measure, this is what I mean. We measure the armhole this way. Here I have 6 inches. Here I have 6 inches. Now we keep this away. This 6 inches measurement I have taken is going to be applied here. You place your tape from the top of this place or from here to make it easier and get your 6 inches point. You mark here, you mark here and then you mark here. The next thing you do is you either give it a straight line or you give it a curve, as the case may be, depending on how you wish to do it. Now, before you do this, I forgot to mention, before you get this measurement here, you must measure here to see if it's up to that 5 inches you took away when you were cutting the front piece of the blouse. Now, if you look at my own, you will see it's exactly 5 inches which I took away. From this point is exactly 5 inches, and you will notice you have half an inch here. Why did I leave this half an inch? I left this half an inch space so that you can use it to attach it to the blouse, which is the same reason why when I was cutting the shoulder, I added half an inch measurement for joining on that side, while I left this half an inch here for joining on this side too. So we have 5.5 inches here. We have 5.5 inches here for the shoulder. This is where it's going to be sitting on your shoulder, while this is where it's going to be hanging. It's going to be attached to this armhole this way. By the time I'm done cutting it, you will understand. What is the next thing you do now? You look at your client's sleeve measurements. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't put her sleeve measurement here, but I kind of have it in my head. Her round sleeve, the largest part of her round sleeve is 15. Ideally 15 into 2 gives us what? 7.5. Now when we mark that 7.5, we take out ½ inch extra for joining allowance, which is giving us 8. So if you look at this one, you'll see that what we have here is 8. Then her round sleeve at the elbow level is 12. It's between 11 and 12. So, but for safety's sake, I'm going to be taking 12. So what do we do here? We'll come down here too, and then we'll mark out our 12, adding our sewing allowance to it. So what we have here is 6.5. 6.5 times 2 is giving us what? 13. That 1 inch extra is our sewing allowance. So we'll mark it here and simply connect with our ruler. Connect with our Now, if you want it to appear more beautiful, all you need to do is you just give it a slight curve. a slight curve, just a slight curve. When you open it up, you see what we have here. See that we have a shape, a curve shape, so that by the time it sits on the shoulder, this place is a bit inward. Just watch what I'm doing. Watch what I'm doing here. This is how it's supposed to come on the shoulder. While this will be attached to the front part of the blouse, the back side will be attached to the back part of the back piece. We have our sleeve. Now, I didn't mention the sleeve length because I was carried away. Because I have my client's measurements by heart, I was carried away. So the sleeve length will depend on your client's sleeve length. But mine here is 10. Her sleeve length is 10. I left half-inch sewing allowance for folding in here and for folding in here, which is why I have it as 10.5. So this brings us to the end of the sleeve for this particular blouse. Now we move into the flare, the down part of the blouse, the peplum itself. For some people, they want it really full, while some will tell you make it moderate, while some will tell you make it box pleat, make it pleats, or make it gathers. But for the sake of this, my client said she wants it moderate and plain. She doesn't want pleats, neither does she want gathers. So all she wants is just a moderate small peplum which she can attach to it. So I'm assuming this is my fabric. I have it unfold into two. The next thing I'll do is to fold it again, and then again, depending on the length. So we're going to be assuming that we're working with a large fabric. Her peplum is just 6 inches, but since this is a small paper that cannot give us 6 inches, what do? We just make do with what we have, the number of inches it can give us, just to show you how to cut it. Now, how do you determine the quantity of peplum you're going to cut out? What you need to do is you take the waist measurement, which we have here. Her waist measurement is 25 divided by 4, which will give us which gives us 6.25, divided by 2 again. We are dividing it by 2 again because it's unfold into 8 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I folded it into 8 places. Or if you want to go direct, you can just maybe say 25 divided by 8. Whatever it gives you, you put it. Let's assume it gave us 2.5. So all we need to do is we'll place our tape this way to mark out the land line first. To mark out the land line, this is 2.5. We'll keep it here, we'll keep it here. Then we'll bring our tape to the top, down to this 2.5. We'll pin it down here. We'll mark 2.5 here. We'll mark 2.5 here. That's to this point. What it also gave us is 2.5. So we'll mark 2.5 here. We'll pin it down and we'll take the tape round. This is 2.5 and this is 2.5. So we'll connect, ignoring this initial one because it's not accurate. We'll connect. If it doesn't give us a curvy shape like this, we have not arrived at a great answer. Now from here, we take our 6 inches. But since this is not up to 6 inches, we're going to be doing 5.5 inches. You take 5.5, you shift a bit, 5.5 here too. You shift a bit again, 5.5 here, 5.5 here. You shift a bit, 5.5 here, 5.5 here, and then all the way down we connect. Making it have a cone-like shape, and then we cut. When we open it up, we have our perfect flare. I did an openless flare, the one that has no opening, because I folded into 8. But if you want to attach it to the blouse this way, you can, but you must open it at some point because of the zipper. So I have it opened. This is what I have. When you place it on the table, it's in a circle-like form. When you take it up, it's in its flare form. So this is what I have. This is what I have. So we're good to go. I just used it to give you an example, because this is not actually my client size, but because the paper is small, I had to use it to give you an example on how to get your peplum measurement, your flared peplum measurement. Because when we say peplum, it's not necessarily flared. There are some straight cut peplum, while there are some flared peplum. So thank you all so much for being with me all through watching my videos. Please do not forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you'll be alerted or notified when I drop more videos. Always remember, when you cut on your pattern paper and you want to transfer to your fabric, you add half an inch allowance so that you'll be on the safe side. My next video is probably going to be on how to sew, depending on the number of requests. But if the number of people requesting is not much, I can go ahead and do a more necessary video which people can easily learn from. Thank you so much for your love. Remember to drop your comments at the comment section. If you have a question, feel free to drop it at the comment section and I'll reply you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.